2, 1. Let's go.
The keep is enclosed.
Lions are attacking, my liege.
Hey, you guys, you need to go die up here because for some reason I need to have all my units die. Alright, actually, how's that? Is that music too loud? Do I need to come out and change that music volume? Yeah, I think Lotus's game earlier against LuminaR, he was a little bit weak, let's say. Now we do have, let's get those stats up. CIO coming forward, and I think CIO is going to get the hill just a little bit behind LuminaR. But I think it'll be close enough that it's not going to be too big an issue. Slaves coming out the side, Assassin coming straight out the middle. Horse Archers coming up from LuminaR, which is going to be quite big for this initial fight. But it is a large investment. They're not actually going to go into the middle fight. They're going to try to go around the sides. They'll kill off the slaves at the very least. But half the spearmen are going off to the side to fight the slaves instead of the archers. Alright, well that's two archers to 3. And there goes LuminaR backing off the hill. He sees the assassin, he's hoping to kill off the assassin with his archers. And then he tries to claim the hill again. First delivery of stone coming in from CIO, but CIO did not move his stockpile, which he may regret later on. We do have the no stone delivery here for LuminaR. Unless I'm missing something. I think he must have sold it to get this third horse archer. Looks like all the archers were killed off for CIO. And now you got, oops, wrong button. Yeah, horse archer versus horse archer this side, horse archer versus horse archer on this side. And the lords considering whether or not to have a little lord fight in the center here. Assassin and slaves coming straight up the middle. Now he's a bit backing off from this horse archer, knowing that he's no longer got the height advantage. Backing off here. This side, he's trying to take the hill again. Now that's trying to shoot uphill, but it's kill each. That worked out perfectly for him. Slaves get to shift and focus and go for LuminaR straight off the bat. There is an assassin from LuminaR over here. LuminaR has backed off his spearman, which will hopefully deal with it. Now we've got horse archer versus horse archer again. But the health is already in favour of CIO. But we've got this other horse archer coming in as well. More stone coming in so you can get a couple more horse archers to deal with it very quickly. And then we've got this horse archer getting up on top of the hill. Assassin coming in behind. But the horse archers ought to clear it out right now. You've got slaves coming in as well. Another assassin kind of going around. That assassin came from this side and came up the hill. 3 assassins not doing anything. I think this guy going all the way across the map is the bigger mistake. Assassin killed the horse archer, which is a huge bonus. I think CIO is just kind of preparing these guys for maybe a run at the Lord, but the Lord has backed off, back into his base. No problems. Flames on the extra stone quarry that CIO tried to get. But at the very least, it's killed off a few of the slaves before they got back off there. They got horse archers trying to come up this side, and an assassin coming to go for the quarry. Meanwhile, those slaves are about to start coming towards the thing. There is a horse archer head pinned it, so it's not too big a deal for him. Those horse archers did get up onto the hill, and now they can see the assassins, and they're going to take easily. Okay, there they go. 2 down, well 1 down at least. But he needs to get some sort of ranged units over here to deal with this. Maybe the horse archer would be a nice person to have over this side. We've actually got another assassin over here that is slowly going to drop. And he lost the quarry a second time to the same assassin, which is rather amusing. Now those two horse archers are now just over on the hill, denying these two farms.
Saving.
The CEO really needs to move into more of a aggressive footing. Him trying to get his raids out is where he's strong, whereas he's mostly sitting in his weakness, which is defending the raids, as Carolotus has said. Yeah, even just making 2 of these assassins sending up to raid, and then maybe some horse archers and slingers instead. Oh, this is not a trade you want to be taking right now. You got flames in the middle, another assassin coming at the top there, 2 assassins on the side. Most of his farm's on fire. Another assassin coming across. A couple slingers over here defending this one apple farm. Not really the most important apple farm to be defending though. The assassins over here obviously got taken out, but you've got this other one taking out the farm. These horse archers are starting to move in again, and they've got nothing really stopping them here, just some slingers. You can sit just outside range of the slingers and start shooting them down. The slingers have been taken out. The assassin is destroying that farm too now. Meanwhile, the assassins went forward, but they just sat there next to the horse archers from LuminaR. That is not a good start to the best of 7. LuminaR has walled in. Though it's only one tile of wall, it's kind of best to have a second layer, simply because I've had way too often where I lose the Lord through one tile of wall, and it's really annoying. Hey Takosh, how's it going? This is just the start of the first of the best of 7. Yeah, I'll put some gaps between the games so that we can extend it out a little bit, just for the fun, making a bit of an event of it. But this is way too many units coming in here. The assassins coming up to the side. Unfortunately, LuminaR's just all over CO. Best of 7. Yep, so this is the very first one. Oh, ouch. Horse archer down. You got 2 left here. So you got 2 assassins trying to come up here. We've also got the 4 horse archers on this side. Unfortunately, this is just not going well for CO. His gold income just seems to be a bit atrocious. You got the Lord killing off slaves. I'd like to see the Lord maybe come and destroy that. I think you could probably get rid of this quarry at the very least. But as you can see, LuminaR's got 3 quarries going now and 4 iron mines. And competing with just 3 iron mines. He can't even get the one quarry really running, because it keeps on getting destroyed by the constant raids. CO is just really struggling here. Alright. Well, anyone was welcome to call a timeout between games. I have no problem with that. But maybe we should encourage timeout between games instead. Well, again, the slaves are just kind of sitting around. And I think that's been the story of CO's game, unfortunately, this time around. Is a lot of the time, units have been sitting around and getting killed off by the horse archers. For free, unfortunately. Alright. Horse archers, you have 3 versus 1. You need to get this one on a patrol, CO. LuminaR's trying to get his dodging. This guy's just going to take full damage every shot. Seeing 2 horse archers up this side, but 3 coming in. It's probably going to deal with them. And the units are dropping on this side. Got horse archers trying to run out this way, but anywhere that CO's going, it seems LuminaR's just got way too many troops already there. He's actually expanding up into this very corner stone. The hunters have obviously stopped. CO's got no food. He's actually into negative popularity at the moment. Lumina is actually low on food, but he's just started getting his bread economy going, so he's going to survive that transition pretty well. However, I see no way for CIO to get his popularity back. Thanks to the subscription, Blakester. Welcome to the stream. And CIO is calling the GG. And with half again as much gold as you had earlier, that is pretty intense. Mostly that stone, I think, is where it came down to. It's 150 odd stone. That's 150 times 35. About 500 odd gold from that, and then a bit of probably extra tax as well, and the food situation. You got an extra 140 or 120 odd. They're giving you the rest of that gold difference. That was rather intense. Alright, so let's take a 5-minute breather between the games. I'll let them know that it's going to happen. Yeah, I mean, the reality is CIO is a very aggressive player, and if you get inside his aggression, have him reacting to you, that's when he starts to struggle. And LuminaR managed to get in by winning the initial fight and having the horse archers going around the sides, so that CIO was constantly having to react to LuminaR's raids instead of making his own raids. That's been the whole thing there. I think that's where that game went, was those 2 extra horse archers at the start. CIO needs to find a map where he can raid and easily defend a raid. I don't know what he's going to pick for the next map. So let's hit this one here. How do you micro all the small groups in the raids? Hotkeys? Yeah, so you can set your units on hotkeys with the control number, and then you set the number to select the hotkeys after that. Don't I have to work tomorrow? I don't this time around. I actually had the day off, but usually I don't work till evening anyway. I actually start at work at 2 PM. I work evenings 2 till 8. 5 days a week, so that's works out for me, and that's why I tend to stream late nights. Alright, I'm just going to quickly tab out so I can check if I missed any of that chat during the end of the game there. I completely missed all Blake's messages before he came in, and Evercan as well. I missed something as well there. Yeah, trying to play the four games in a row, try harding the entire time is insane. No, certainly. Oh, you mean my my beer cozy? Just keeps it cold because I don't drink it quite as fast when I'm streaming. Half the time I forget my drink, and it gets warm. So this thing could just gives me a little bit more time to have actually a cold drink for a little bit longer, which is always nice. What am I looking for? Yeah, all right. Let's Oh, you only have 2 groups when you play. Yeah, so when you're playing this style, you go 1 hotkey for your shields, another hotkey for your horse archers, and then if you've got any other units with them, they get onto a 3rd hotkey. Assassins get run on their rally point, so you go Control N 4. So you control plus N, and then you hit 4 after that, and then you tell them to go somewhere that sets the rally point for the assassins, and the assassins actually run faster that way, so it's a little bit longer to do. Get a bit of a benefit there. You got any other units like sending some pikemen out for defense, or maybe you've got some engineers out to make catapults or ballistas or something. Those you go into number 3. And then you go for an extra group. You got 4, 5, 6, and the other group is 7, 8, 9. And that's kind of how you kind of get them. So you can get up to 3 nice and easy like that. Or if you're just using your shields and horse archers, then you can get up to 5 groups that way. Especially for the raids when you're just trying to get in and distract. Support the slingers too. Yes, true. Slingers are really good to come in and kill off some extra assassins while they're coming in because they get nice and close. Yes, there is control group O. It's just plenty of 3s. If you got 2 control groups of 2, 0 comes in for the 5th one. But if you got 3 groups that you're sending out, there doesn't F. See, 0 B. It's the throwaway one. Yeah, I kind of use 0 as stuff that I don't actually care about that I probably won't use, but I'll set it anyway, just be on the safe side so that I don't lose it by overwriting it later on. Zero's usually your hidden units. Yeah, last time you tried to use your... Yeah, Ultraroos had a really bad situation at the end of his game against CIO, where he had his shields and horse archers trying to retreat. Well, so he was trying to send them from one side to the other, and they walked straight through CIO's assassins and got slaughtered. Whereas before he did that, they were actually killing off the assassins. It was quite a bit. Yes, I was. I had a look at different places. A lot of places, it was really hard to find them. I mean, there are places that'll do them if I go in and get them and have them sent to me directly. But there's not anyone who drop ships them so that I can say, you guys just, you order it and then they just go, okay, print it, send it out. Which is what all my current merch does. I don't touch it, I just get them designed. And then when you guys purchase it, they just send it out. Alright, let us see if Siri wants to know what his home map is.
Stealthy assassins will sneak into your castle.
Hey Don, how's it going? Oh, you think there's the wrong group, Ultraroos. I do that so many times. I'll send the shields from one group. Like I'll look at my hand and I'm thinking find my pinky sitting on the tick key and my second finger is sitting on the 1. And so I'm hitting the wrong group. Oh, we've got a pointed valley coming in. We haven't seen this map on tournament yet. This will be the first time for the tournament that was actually being used. LuminaR gets to pick the side though. LuminaR was away for a sec, but down he was, which is exactly what we've got. Okay, cool. I'll switch you guys over to see the screen. And we are into map number 2. Actually, I need to write down who wins because if this goes through 7 games, I'm not going to remember. Nah. CEO. Split. 1, 2, LuminaR. And then we got Pointed, which is about to be placed. Alright. Map number 2 between LuminaR and CEO for the finals of the Bootstrap tournament. 3, 2, 1. Let us go.
The keep is enclosed.
We are under attack.
Right, I'm going to circle around.
Liege.
Who's the she? Yeah, that's just going to be...
The Lord has been killed.
Circle back around so that we can have orange on the left, yellow on the right. Now this is an interesting map. This is a very apple heavy map. You kind of want to get at least these 2 farms in apples as well. Nice and close to the thing. Why does CEO... Nobody uses CEO, only you are. I'm actually going to do a test at some stage, Lotus, to actually find out how beneficial seasons actually are. Because you always go on about it, and you're like almost the only person that uses it. LuminaR is not using it. Oh, he does have it just slightly here, actually. But did not look like he was setting up for them. Just so with only 2 farms. LuminaR said that he tested it and it made no difference. I'll run a test at some point and actually find out exactly how much it is. Alright, now we've got the initial engagement right in the center here. CIO's sitting right at the back, so that if actually that's actually not a very good spot for him. Because he's actually trying to hit the horse archer. He's trying to target down the horse archer and missing the horse archer because of the control. And everything else is just killing him off, and he's not getting a single shot in. There he goes, 1 archer down. And he has lost everything. Slaves now coming in from LuminaR. He's got some slingers coming out to try to defend from it. You probably want to get at least one of those slingers over here to defend your granary. Granary would be a good thing to be putting it on. There weren't really any slaves coming over on this side. But, yep, he came in and he got the granary. And unfortunately, that risks losing. He destroyed it, which means he's going to lose out on this food, and this food, and this food, and this food, and this food. All of these guys are not going to be able to deliver their food. That is, look, that was about 6 people delivering food. They deliver about 4 food each. That is about 24 food. That is insane. 24 food is about 100 gold that just got lost because he deleted that. Alright, the Ward's trying to come up to help deal with the Archer situation. However, the Lord for LuminaR is in there as well. And he has to retreat. But we do have assassins coming around. And they're going to be seen, unfortunately. There's a lot of slingers protecting this granary, so that shouldn't have the same sort of issues there. But now you got the assassins go for the Lord, which means the Lord transition might be alright trade, but the slingers ought to make that back into LuminaR's favor. And with the assassins coming in as well, this is not a trade you want to be taking right now, CEO. If I were LuminaR, I'd be bring the Lord back in and get engaged here. Chase that Lord all the way back. Just keep on running your troops into it. You're losing. It's taking assassins out. We got some units here, so he's going to stop that chase. Meanwhile, the granary is back up and running for CO. Food's starting to come in now. I'd like to see a couple of slingers defending it, but hey, it's always your own. We have had an assassin come in to destroy the quarry over this side. And we've got more slingers up here trying to break off these guys. Assassins trying to come on this side. LuminaR is actually starting to try to switch into wheat over here, which is rather interesting. That assassin is incredibly weak right there, though. What? I don't know what he's retreating these guys up here for. Is there something happening over here that Nope, they're just here to defend the economy. He has shifted his stockpiles down to the ground. Unfortunately, lost this load of stone here because of it. Besides that, I think that's going to be the only thing that he lost from it. The assassin is coming up the hill over here. So he's going to come in and probably do a little bit of damage over here. It's that horse archer's coming over the side here. Try to drop that horse archer. But what's happening with this? CIO's has got a problem with his population. He needs to recruit something fast just to get his popularity back up. All you need to do is put stuff to sleep. Why are you destroying stuff? There you go, horse archer made. There we go. No, that is fine. Going down to 4 population with max tax is actually a perfectly valid strategy. Get yourself a little bit of gold while you can't get your popularity up. And then you recruit your population down to below 4 population. And it resets your popularity back up to 75. And so that's actually going to cost you less and be more efficient than trying to get your popularity back up the old-fashioned way of actually waiting for it to take into account the fact that you've given food and your bribes and giving extra rations or whatever else you use to try and get your popularity back up. This is not a trade that we want to be taking here, though. Yeah, he's not used to that approach, and unfortunately, he is a little bit too far behind in eco already. He is still getting food in. I think he's selling it almost as fast as he gets it. Unfortunately, he's trying to survive off 3 farms. And 3 farms is not enough enough eco. You need to get all of these farm spots filled. And you need to get them filled fast. Also, Assassin's cutting through the center. And they're going to come and hit the granary. And he can't really afford to lose anything out of his granary right now. This could be a game right here. There's 4 assassins coming out here. One's going to come up the hill. Then he's sending one over to the farm, 2 to the granary, and he does only have. Well, there's actually a lot of food because these guys are going to drop off food as well. Well, not drop off food, as the case may be. Unfortunately, trying to survive off 3 farms on this map is not going to be enough. I don't see a comeback here. He needs to expand his apple economy ridiculously, and also needs to find a way to defend it. He just does not. With these troops constantly in his face, I don't think there's much luck of him doing it. Potentially building over here now. He's calling it GG. Yeah, LuminaR had the very bad. Look at the difference in food. It's about 150. 150, that's 600 gold difference. There was only a 300 gold difference in reality, but LuminaR could have sold some more. And that's where he got the extra troops. As you can see down here as well, LuminaR was also killing far more than he was losing. And looks not so bad here, but in the weighted stats, it looks a lot worse. Let's just show that one for the moment. Yeah, so there you go. You got 263 versus 189. It looks a lot more telling than 39 versus 32. There's a lot more of CIO's kills were killing slingers. Yeah, I figured negotiation is one of CIO's stronger maps. But I mean, he does have 3 home maps. He still has 2 more to pick. Two-headed snake will be the next one. Take a quick breather between the games. Yeah, I don't think. I mean, to be fair, CIO is pretty good with hunting with lions. However, I don't think CIO does not want a 5-minute break. That's right. We'll take a couple minutes. I mean, I can run some ads. It's not a big deal. I mean, I'll run the ads more so that people don't have to get the pre-roll ads. I think that's the main motivation for me to run them. Just means that people don't have to watch an ad when they first come in and miss the important part of the game. And so let's quickly run that ad. Hunting with lions is less aggressive. I think he's strong there, but I think LuminaR isn't as weak there. I think they're going for Soulless Divide or Negotiation is maps where I think LuminaR would struggle a bit more. And I think that they're maps where CIO is strong and LuminaR is weak. Whereas, say, Hunting with Lions, he is strong, but LuminaR is decent on. Thanks for the subscription, Dakosh. You've gifted 2 subs, and now you got your own one. Yeah, to be fair, Crow Lotus, you misplayed on all three maps, to be honest. Especially Soulless Divide. Alright, LuminaR, pick a side. Yeah, the last one, yeah, you thought you'd won and just didn't bother watching, and he tried to drag you off it. Alright, make sure I make a note if we won that one. And then what is going to be, next map is Snake. This is going to be game number 3. It is currently 2-0 to LuminaR. And it is the very finals. This is the best of 7. So LuminaR is halfway through to his victory. Alright, there we go. 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
We are under attack.
Lions are attacking, my liege.
Let's actually make sure I
The Lord
did get killed off this time. Alright, so LuminaR has got his 1 farm, 2 houses. We got 3 farms, no houses yet for CIO. But no movement on his troops yet either. Here goes the movement, and he's gone and got the 2 horse archers to start off with. He saw what LuminaR did to him in split fronts, and now he's making the same approach here. The stockpile is moving for LuminaR, which is interesting. Right out here, which is a very aggressive stockpile, and I think that could be punished. All CIO needs to do is win the center, and then he's got the got this. Although he's going to send his horse archers around the side, on the hills over here, on the hill over here. This farm ain't gonna get you nothing. You got 2 horse archers coming up here to fight this one. But I'd like to see this horse archer come in here to try to kill these workers off. I feel like it's a little bit too bad out here. There he goes, pulling that forward. And he is going to retreat this one horse archer away from these guys. And I think he might even lose that horse archer. There he goes, going down. Now it is 2-0 at the moment, McCree. Oh, I forgot I did that. It's only Point of Valley, but I did say that the 4th map was going to be picked by me. I actually had forgotten that I'd set it up that way, Ground Lotus. Thanks for reminding me. It's going to be the best of 7. So there will be at least 4 map games. But I'm gonna not pick one that I know CIO is strong at, because that Pointed Valley is always my favourite map, so that's one I'm gonna be picking. Everyone could have guessed that one straight off the bat. Now it looks like he's had to retreat on both sides here. So this guy is 1 shot away from being dead. Excellent. He survives, and now he's just got these slingers to deal with. LuminaR does have the extra troops. Mostly these assassins and running the... Oh wait, he's got 2 horse archers in the back as well. That is not good. And I don't know how much CIO notices of that, but that is going to cause issues with the food production for CIO. Here we go, get some extra troops out that way. More horse archers coming forward for LuminaR. Excellent, he's finally killed off this horse archer. He needs to get these guys moving forward now. Those 2 assassins died to killing pits. And that has evened up the troop count again. These horse archers, don't run forward with that. That's not a good move. Okay, LuminaR probably should be engaging there. Wait, are you giving up? Please tell me you're not giving up there. CO, no. You need to back off now, CO. Perfect timing. That was way too close for my liking there. Alright, that was... Oh, look how close to death that Lord is. Alright, so we've still got 2 horse archers, another horse archer coming in over here. Now that is going to force LuminaR to withdraw his Lord all the way off though. We have killed off these 2 horse archers over here. This is actually starting to be a trade much better into CIO's favour. LuminaR's coming in with assassins, which could well cost the game for CIO. CIO knows his Lord's weak. He should not be leaving that out. There he goes. He's pulling it off. Right on time. Come on. But it could be too... Okay, they're on rally point, but they are coming to here, so... That means they're faster than Lord.
Saving.
Alright, one's gone off the other side. That cost, that's 80 gold. No.
Filthy assassins
Well, killing pits, cool, perfect. Okay, the other ones are actually not going for the Lord, so we're good there. Uh-oh. Excellent, another killing pit down. He's trying to draw these assassins into the killing pits. That was a deliberate bait. Meanwhile, we've got horse archers killing off his slingers on this side. Horse archers killing slingers off down here. But ultimately, we're actually okay here for now for CO. He needs to deal with these guys, and then he can get in here and wreck this. If he can get troops up here and prevent anyone from delivering resources, that's going to give him an advantage. 2 horse archers on the hill versus 3 on the bottom would actually be good for him as well. I strongly expect that the Lord is now surrounded by killing pits. If he's not, that is a bit of a bad move for CO. And where is the Lord for LuminaR? LuminaR's Lord is way back here. Not in too much danger here. Oh no. Oh, he survives. But one more touching, that's it. One more touching that Lord, and he's gone. And we have another one. This is an incredibly greedy map. Yeah. You need to wall this guy in. As weak as he is, he needs to be walled in. You reckon it's going to be a apothecary? The problem is that he could well die before that. Killing pits! Perfect. The killing pit saves his ass. Now you got horse archers trying to block off horse archers, and this is a fight that LuminaR should win. And these guys are coming in problems at the moment. More. Okay, he's trying to get him off. Ouch! Could be it. Woodcutter coming in clutch. Woodcutter doing work, and then the last assassin is still alive. CO is really tempting death right here. This is got flames up the top here, but this is my heart can't handle this. Alright, the assassin goes down. Alright, the archers are going for the... Don't walk this Lord into the horse archers. He's not strong enough for that. The horse archers could realistically kill him. In melee. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this game is leaving us. And now we've got 2 more assassins over this way. And that is going to be surely game. I have no idea how he keeps doing this. I have no idea how he keeps getting out of this situation. I don't understand. He should not be alive right now. And it's GG. And as you can see, well and truly into LuminaR's favour right way through here. So it's not overly surprising. So even though the 4th map is actually my choice. And that is going to be hunting with lions. Because I've always been saying that if this map was made earlier, that this would have been the first map that we selected. So that's what it's going to be. Yeah, because yeah, I'll give CIO map choice side position. As a loser, it's just feeding him a little bit of an edge on the fourth map. Nope, CIO wants it as is. The Crow Lotus versus CIO match. Oh, they were playing. Actually, Crow Lotus won most of those. Alright, what I'm going to do is run a quick ad just to prevent some more pre-rolls. This could potentially be the end of the final game of the tournament. I think it's just a little bit nicer just to have a make sure that no pre-rolled ads are going to come on. I'll just have a shorter. Where is it? "30-second one" is all we need because it's still got some time from over earlier. This would have been the thing. Crary was playing against CIO in some practice games. He was not faced off against CIO in the tournament. I just actually need to make sure that that ad is finished. Alrighty then. Now for the hopefully not final, but potentially final game between CIO and LuminaR. It is currently 3-0 to LuminaR. So let us go on hunting with lions. 3, 2, 1, go. Ah, damn it. I'm going to try tab out and hopefully I don't get any issues for that. Damn it. I might have to end the game because I can't have everything flashing through. Give them a fair warning. Hopefully I can actually rearrange everything without having to actually close out. Excellent, we're good. Alright. Here we go. Now it's good to go again. Lumina's friend was Dark Knight. Dark Knight is he's been training with for a long time. Alright. 3, 2, 1. Go.
The keep is enclosed.
We are under attack. The Lord has been killed.
And interestingly enough, the name was TCN as well. Alrighty then. Get those stats back up. Welcome to game number 4 between CIO and LuminaR. And the finals of the Bootstrap tournament. LuminaR is currently ahead 3-0. So if he wins this, it's end of the tournament. And he gets the 40, I forget, 40% of the prize pool. I think it's $48 in prize pool. And leaving our good friend CIO with the 24. Although if CIO wins, he's got a long way, but he could potentially win this and send it right back to the end here, through to the 7th game. However, he would then have to be winning on LuminaR's home maps. And that's always a hard thing to do. It's always hard to win on your opponent's home maps, ones that they've practiced for deliberately. Yeah, so the top player, whoever wins this, gets the 48. Second place gets the 24. Lion's coming out over here, chasing over the slave. And he's going to head over to LuminaR's side. He was halfway towards CIO and has decided to change mind and go over towards LuminaR. And now they get halfway there and their target is dead, and so picking that new target. And they're going in for LuminaR's stuff. Hopefully these archers ought to deal with it fairly easily. As I was saying, 3rd and 4th get the next round. That should be $12 each. And then 5th through 6th get $6 each. They all get they killed a couple of workers, but nothing more than that. The stone is coming in for LuminaR. This is the best setup for this map, in my personal opinion. Unfortunately, CIO has gone for the less efficient. He never moved his stockpile. He has got 3 quarries going, but they're all a long way away, so he needs extra ox feathers to make sure that they're all running at peak efficiency. There are lions over here on LuminaR's side. Assassins. What? Where are you sending this assassin, CIO? Not sure where he's planning on sending this assassin. And fighting against the woodcutter when you're already weak is not a good move. But I heard some slave trying to burn something. I'm sure of it. There it goes. Burning the farm. Probably want to shift that guy out of the fire. No, he's dead anyway. That's all good. Assassin's coming down the center from LuminaR. Lord is over there to defend the granary. That shouldn't be too big a deal for him. But he is going to lose this farm here. And that's more of a problem because he's going to lose this food that this guy was carrying up at the time. It's always a risk because it is very easy to focus so much on the sides and defending the 2 sides that you completely forget to defend the center. Now those lines have gotten right inside of LuminaR's eco now. However, they have also been killed off now. We've got some slaves coming over to the farms. However, the previous farm that got raided has just been replaced by a wheat farm. So LuminaR's like, well, thank you. I was going to destroy that apple farm anyway. Thank you very much. That actually saved me a couple clicks. Meanwhile, this assassin is starting to come up and is killed off. No problems. Another archer's going to go defend the side again. Still no real defense for the center. But we do have horse archers coming up the right side, sorry. that could be causing issues. This is when a couple of assassins along the, or slaves along this side while he would have been good. Assassin's gonna sorry, horse archers are gonna prevent that though. Assassins coming forward from LuminaR.
Saving.
I thought he sent someone forward to kill that farm earlier. There he goes, he's got an assassin right here. He's just leaving it there because he's so busy distracted by all these other troops that he's forgotten about his own raid. There goes the assassin down. And now he's got horse archers coming into his base though. Woodcutters are going to come in clutch here. Horse archer down to the woodcutter. Not quite. But the one arrow left to kill it is fine for him. Then you got the 3 horse archers dealing with this. And this is when you need to go, okay, sweet, I've got this advantage. I'm going to run up here and shoot your oxen so you cannot be getting any stone out of this one. Sit out of range of your archers, but close enough to prevent this getting any gold for you. That's what, it looks like that's what he's going to do. He's sending an assassin over there to deal with the quarry itself. Getting some more assassins up that way. Now we've got shields out for LuminaR though. That's a good chunk of change in shields there. And I just don't see CIO coming out with shields anytime soon. I do think CIO doesn't. I think them not moving the stockpile over here is huge for, or even over here, whichever side you want to play, wherever you're going to get your iron mines, having this stockpile nice and close to that is really important for early game gold value. Now you got the shields coming up, and has denied this extra stone over here. Now you have also assassins coming at the top here. But we do have assassins forward for the CIO. And oh, this is what LuminaR goes. I know where your assassins are. I'm going to sit my assassin right next to them, so my archers can shoot them down and kill them off. That is well planned. Yeah, with how we set it up, being so far, you need to get a whole lot of extra oxys. I mean, you see this guy's backing up on stone. If I circle around, this guy's backing up on stone. This guy's backing up on stone, and this guy, obviously, because he keeps on losing workers, backing up on stone. Meanwhile, on LuminaR's side, it's barely backed up on stone. Not backed up at all. And this one is backing up. However, he's getting more stone out of this one quarry than... I could be wrong, but I feel like he's getting more out of that one quarry than CIO's getting out of both of these because of the lack of ox-setters and the distance to deliver. Now the, oops, wrong button, zoom out. LuminaR has raided and destroyed that thing. We've got assassins and shields coming up over here. Oh no, Lucio is not paying attention to his shields. That's going to lose him his main army. This is... seems like it could be GG. You got more horse archers coming out the top here. He's trying to get his bear economy going. He's calling it GG. Alright, I'm going to see if I can convince him to do negotiation just for kicks. However, LuminaR just won the tournament. And they've actually jumped out of the thing already. You reckon that the stockpile placement? You're out of it. We kind of wanted to see a negotiation. We were kind of curious about why you did that, made some of those choices though. Let me see something. He's offline there. I mean, I'm happy to interview LuminaR if he wants to. However, he is not currently on Discord. Let's send a message. Oh, I'll quickly do that right now. Prediction. There you go. Each one gets done as each one. I can't do 2 predictions at all time. No pressure. I'm happy to do it, Lumina, but if you don't want to do it. Alright, what I'm going to do... Luma's a little bit self-conscious about his English, so we might see if we can get a interview with CIO instead. And because I've got a few questions for CIO, so if he's keen for it. I'm not going to have an interview in the chat, unfortunately, and he's not. He's just a little bit self-conscious about his English, so. So I'll go a quick thing with CEO at the very least. Where's my good friend CEO? Offline. Lumina, are you here? Can you let us know how you like playstyle? You actually think it's your style? It's the style you're liking it? That is great. Alright, let us get a quick call in with Sia going at least. I might actually hello? I can't actually hear him though, so.
Right.
Oh, we can hear him. I'll kill the music so we can. Yes, it's just with the music quiet. I had you quiet as well. How's it going?
Okay. Well, it's going.
It's always
well,
hard. How'd you think you played those games? Do you think that you were do you think that was just a bad day for you, or how do you think it
not
went?
really. I don't think it was a bad day.
No, you think it was just
everything I did, LuminaR did more. Like,
yeah.
There is not a single point, not a single thing in the game that LuminaR didn't do more than me. He did more eco, he did more offense, he did more defense, everything.
Yeah. So the first match was split fronts. Do you think the losing that initial engagement was what really decided the rest of the game, or what do you think was what happened there?
Not too much. I'm kind of like baffled at how he's able to shut down my archers beneath my lord. I'm gonna ask him about it, how he is doing it, because as far as I know, that lord actually should be able to block those arrows, but I don't know.
Yeah, it seems to do
Other
it
than
for
that,
everyone else.
the middle pressure actually didn't hurt me all that much. Maybe I lost a little bit of apples, but I had some assassins going left and right. So, and I also got a few sneak kills on his horse archer. So at a point I was confident in the first match, but then I suicided like 8 assassins, and that was the point. I think it was the GG.
Yeah, the 8 assassins on the right on his next to his farms. He just sat there next to you and just shot them all down.
It just LuminaR never misses your rally assassins, not a single time.
He always knows where they are. Yeah. So after that, you got to pick your map. So you picked Pointed Valley. There was a lot of surprise in the chat for why you picked Pointed Valley instead of, say, Negotiation or Solar Survival. One of these.
Because it was the first home map pick, so I wanted to play a map that was never played in the tournament. because I have never seen anyone play it. So I thought maybe I could surprise him
It's
and
you.
fluke a victory.
You're hoping he hadn't
it
practiced on
backfired.
it. Yeah, fair
And
enough.
same thing happened in the second round as well. I tried to block the arrows with the Lord and it didn't work, and he just shot them down. And at that point, he had like 5 archers, one of them being a horse archer, and I had nothing. And then he just ran at me. I mean, if you have 5 more horse archers, you will run at them.
Yeah. So then, in two-headed snake, so you're doing really well killing a lot of assassins with the killing pits. But I'm kind of curious why you didn't wall in your lord near the end there when he was so weak that.
Because even if I walled in the Lord, that wouldn't change the fact that he had like 5 or 6 horse archers running around my base. So all I hoped to do was bait more assassins and maybe do some economic damage by making him waste some assassins on killing pits. If I wall in my Lord, he will just occupy everywhere and slowly take down that wall.
Right. And so people expected you to pick negotiation as one of your home maps. So is there a reason you didn't pick that
round,
earlier?
I was planning to pick negotiation,
but
then again, that host picks the map thing happened.
Yeah.
I wasn't really careful. I didn't read everything in the page so carefully, so I didn't know about it either.
Yeah. I had actually completely forgotten about that.
It didn't really matter, I think.
Because you reckon you could have taken them on?
I don't think I would be able to win even on negotiation.
You've got like, that much respect for his play.
LuminaR gets his horse archers and he loses like 3 of them, even if he recruits like 20. He just doesn't lose horse archers, and he gets them so quick, and then he just runs you over with them. That was the case every single match. He didn't lose his horse archers, and I don't know. Like, even if there are 2 patrolling horse archers fighting each other, his ones like end up winning every time.
So you reckon next tournament you're still gonna you're gonna be able to take him on by next time, or you reckon?
I mean, if we played the rebalance, maybe. But I am not going to train so hard that I will be the master of horse archer microing. So no.
Fair enough. Well, hopefully we do get you into the next tournament, and hopefully you do really well. Thanks for playing. It's been really good to see you go through that full tournament.
I just wanted to win one game, man, in the final.
Yeah, fair. Out of the whole series, who do you think was, I guess, the most enjoyable opponent out of everyone you played through the tournament?
I mean, I loved the matches we had with Slash. They were like very close. Even if I ended up winning 3-0, I was like on the edge every game.
Yeah, I think he was. You almost got lucky that he wasn't just a fraction better to beat you on a couple of maps. Like you both played so also, well. It's just
I got like lucky because he was the one of the for his skill level, he was the least knowledgeable person about the maps. So he just picked two-headed snake, but he wasn't really a two-headed snake player.
Yeah.
He just won previously there, so he just wanted to pick that again. I don't think he really trained or anything.
Yeah.
He was just skilled and he beat the first opponent.
Yeah, so he was just hoping that maybe he just so happens to have a default skill on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. All good. Well, thanks for playing. Don't forget to send me your
Thanks for hosting the tournament.
No worries. And don't forget to send me your PayPal or however you want to get the cash through to you.
Well, that's a later concern. We will take care of it.
Yeah, send that through to me.
It's not like we are not able to contact or anything.
Yeah. Yeah, you know how to find me. All good. Thank you very much for hanging out. Catch you later. I kind of cut him off at the end there. Sorry for that, but that is what it is. Just drop that thing. So that is the end of the tournament. We have LuminaR. I'll just quickly add in the actual scores into Challenge. Winning 4-0. There we go. Submit scores. Right, 3. And that is, I mean, some of those games, even between LuminaR and CIO, they were actually pretty close. They were actually pretty well played. CIO, I think, just got... LuminaR managed to get inside of CIO's decision loop, and so CIO was constantly reacting to LuminaR. And I think that's really how CIO managed to, how LuminaR managed to win on every map. It's just getting inside the decision loop. And yeah, so hopefully we'll be getting some more games on the stream as we go forward. So I do stream every weekend on a Saturday and a Sunday. So no, it was 4-0 Xander. Just so if anyone wants, spoiler alert, if anyone's going to watch anything on YouTube, all these games are going to YouTube. I'm about to show all the scores, so if you don't want to see it, just look away from your screen for a little bit. Here we go. Get that one. So there were a couple of no-shows. Unfortunately, Mystical was unable to be present for the tournament. He just had life issues that he needed to sort out. Leopard, actually don't know what happened to him. Zambi just wasn't available for the time. And it was just the way it was. Bright Lord had connection issues. But aside from that, some of these games were great. Pascal did really well against CIO. Considering CIO got right through to the end, and Pascal was holding him off. I mean, it's not a easy task to take on CIO. And Ultraroos, actually, just a little bit more practice, I think Ultraroos could have beaten CIO, even there in the quarterfinals. Slash coming through strong as well, very close to being CIO. On the other side, McCree and LuminaR. I think LuminaR kind of just dominated on most of his games, right the way through to the end. McLaren and NP pretty close. NP and Craylotus not too bad either. It was a lot of really fun games, and they will all be on YouTube. So thanks to everyone for hanging out, and if you're interested in this style, the setup for it is actually on the website, so it's oops, wrong one. Grin.com. You just come over to Bootstrap Tournament under Unofficial Crusader Patch. The release is linked here. This is actually an advanced copy of the Unofficial Crusader Patch with a few extra features that's not in the default patch. If I just go into, it's actually this one here, to show you what it is. I'll just show you some of the features. It's all described on what's in there. But some of these bug fixes are new for the new version. It doesn't have all the new versions, so all the new features, but a new version of the Unofficial Crusader Patch should be coming out in the relatively near future. And all these will be in it with a whole lot more stuff. So, Fletch the Bug, Tanners, everything trying to be a bit more efficient in your economy. If you want to try out different castles and AI stuff, I can really recommend the Kralos Aggressive AI. Xander 10 Alpha's got a release. It's actually a new version up online as well. So makes their AI a lot stronger. So definitely check those out if you're keen on that. But what we most use is the Star Goods option, which sets the 0 gold start. And yeah, so if you're interested in that, download it and test it around with it. And we're welcome to get more players in every weekend when I'm streaming. We try to match people with people of similar skill levels, and we've got quite a wide range of skill levels now on the stream on a regular basis. So there is a fairly good chance that we can get you a opponent that's going to be able to give you a challenge, but not win so easily that you don't learn anything. And that's the hard part, is trying to find someone that you can learn playing against, but not be so easy that you just, you're winning too easy, but also not so hard that it's not worth playing, So that should be good. If you're interested in that, just let us know. Jump into the Discord. There is people there also now playing. A lot of people from the tournament are there and probably still willing to get some extra games as well during the week. Most of the weekend is when I personally organise the matches and stream it all. So that is all good if you want that. Also check out the YouTube. I give out extra videos describing different parts of how the game works. For example, height advantage is one thing that people often don't know from regular multiplayer games, regular multiplayer tends to have completely flat maps, so they don't actually realize that the maps, so that the height actually means that you do 1/3 the damage as you would normally do. So that's all the benefits of that is in that series, and a few other things. You know, is it better to give extra rations or tax, and all this stuff's there for you. And if you've got any questions on any of the sort of mechanics on how it all works, and what might be better, or strategies or questions for that, let me know, and I'll try to get videos out on those as well. I try to get a video out every 3 or 4 weeks, depending on my real life situation. But yeah, I shall hopefully catch you guys all next week. Thanks for hanging out.